Hey ladies, this is Mocha Mommy here bringing you another video, and in this video I want to just give you ladies a quick garden update and also just show you my seed locker, my seed library. Every time I go out I'm just buying myself new seeds because I feel like you never know nowadays. So it's just good to have a good storage on hand. So got my garden boots on, got my garden gloves, so let's just go through these seeds. Take off one of these gloves here. And I'll just kind of show you ladies what I have. Okay, these are kind of like my fall seeds, okay? These are carrot seeds from Survival Garden. Now, Survival Garden, no shade to them. I think they do a great thing. They usually give and donate seeds to people who have been affected by natural disaster. A lot of these seeds are quick germinating. They're disease resistant and also very drought resistant and drought tolerant. But they are genetically modified. They're not organic. But shout out to just all the good work that they do around the world. Some broccoli, got some kale, some pumpkin, another Survival Garden item, which is onions. Yeah, like shout out to Survival Garden. Great for beginners. Great for those of you who might be working and be busy. Sorry, there's an urban garden. It's a lot of noise. I live in the city. Cabbage. Cauliflower. Purple Sicilian cauliflower. Corn. Nervous about that one. Radish. Squash. Organic carrots. Another breed of organic carrot. And more organic broccoli. Right, these are summer vegetables, which are going right now. These fall vegetables I'll probably plant around September, October. These are some of the seeds that you grow starting maybe around March. Here in if you're zone 8, 9, 10, these are some of the things you have going right now. I'm fortunate where I'm able to well, I'll get into that in a minute. Hold on. So this is my true lemon cucumber, a different breed of cucumber. We just see that. There's some of these nurseries that have like exotics. So I try to grow some of those. Some tomatoes. These are some hybrid tomatoes. These are not organic. Again, no offense to hybrid GMO vegetables. They're easy to grow. They're disease resistant. They're very beginner friendly. They're great if you're not a perfect gardener or just learning. But again, they're not organic. Again, this is another hybrid tomato. Crenshaw melon, which I am growing right now. Cucumbers, which I am growing now. This is the African sticky melon. I'm also growing this right now. Sugar baby watermelon. I'm growing this right now as well. Another breed of cucumber that I'm also growing. And red bell peppers. Here are my herbs and pollinators. These I probably will do also a indoor propagation, a window box propagation, or a fall propagation. I'll see. I haven't decided yet. Oregano. Mexican tarragon. I have some of that going right now in a pot. Nasturtium. I have some of that in my front window box, and I'm going to probably plant more. Sunflower seeds. I have these growing now. Dandelion. I have no idea whose idea that was. That came in a packet. What is this? Cilantro. That's another fall propagation. Rosemary. Rosemary is practically a weed. Just got to grow that whenever I get around to it. Another oregano. Garlic chive. Love this stuff. Some more bunching onion. More onion. Yarrow root. This is a medicinal plant. Yarrow root. echinacea as well, a medicinal plant, and organic Greek basil. This is kind of like a ground covering, but also a really good plant to grow for seasoning, and also if you want to have like chickens or livestock or whatever. I also have some more soil. This is like a soil from one of the suburban municipalities. They have like a composting program where they take people's and businesses leftovers, and they create composting soils and mulches from like people's yard waste and things like that. Yard waste, food waste. So one of our suburban municipalities does that. So you head on out there. You have to buy it. I think the people in the municipality get a certain amount of it for free. But since we're outside those city limits, also leaves. My husband has like a leaf mulcher, like a mulching mower. So he'll mulch these leaves. The 100-degree weather came pretty early in Central Texas. And so as a result, I'm going to have to mulch my beds. I usually do that over the summer anyway, because the triple-digit heats is really hard and it helps to conserve water. Now, I don't mulch right away because I'm a direct sower, which means that I put my seeds right in the soil. But for those people who propagate seedlings, you might do better with mulching your beds and then putting your seedlings in your mulch beds. Those of you like in the lower zones, like the East Coast, those of you who live further north, that's how you might grow. With those of us who are in the high zones, like in the South and the Southwest, we have the option to direct sow, and we also have the option to have fall gardens. So we're going to go around the outbuilding, ignore the noise. This is an ant pile. I try to keep it organic as possible. So these ants were actually getting into my watermelons. I'm thinking this was the ant pile at least. So I just put sugar and 20 mule team borax to get rid of this ant pile. So I'm not using too many chemical pesticides. Yard waste container. So when I weed inside the greenhouse here, these are the African sticky melon that I had showed you the seed packet for. Thriving. They love the heat. Doing extremely well. My cucumbers also, they love the heat. Doing extremely well. Very thirsty plant. Have to water it multiple times, sometimes several times a day over the summer, which is why it's in the greenhouse to keep it moist. Strawberries. Strawberries are thriving. Doing very well. And then here is a different breed of strawberry I have in this gardening container. I'm suffering from overwatering, so I did have to do a little treatment and turnover of the soil. I did overwater these. My sage. Sage was a slow germinator, but she is rocking out, man. She's gonna be ready for Thanksgiving. Like, come time to make that dressing and turkey, sage gonna be rocking out. Okay. This is the watermelon plant. If you guys remember, initially I had planted a sugar baby watermelon, and this is one sugar baby watermelon vine. This is flowering and it's thriving. We trellised this watermelon plant just to kind of get some kind of control over it. So this plant is trellised. And then here is the Crenshaw melon. Crenshaw melon is doing very well as well. So we'll have like a cantaloupe and some sugar baby watermelons. You can see these plants are flowering. So that means the doors of the greenhouse have to stay open so that pollinators can come in. We have marigolds. Marigolds are doing well, thriving. They like the heat, some of them. But I'm keeping watering, and they do keep pollinators busy. And so the pollinators will stay a little bit longer in the garden. So as you can see, those are the ants that I'm trying to eradicate around my melons. You can see that. So I put an ant trap here. This is made of brown sugar and 20 mule team borax in a container that I drilled a hole in. So hopefully that'll attract some ants and then those ants will take the borax back to, I also did another one here, another ant trap. So this is made of brown sugar, 20 mule team borax, a little bit of water, put in a container with holes. The ants go after the sugar mixture, and the borax takes care of the ants. So I gotta kind of find where they're coming from. All right. I'm gonna take you guys around the greenhouse, around the outbuilding. This part of the property is still pretty rough. The house has made a lot of progress, but we're still trying to make some progress on the outs. This backside, I'm a little exhausted from a home renovation, so you know those can be exhausting. But here again, the marigolds to attract pollinators. I just cut this back. I just cut back all of my lettuce and spinach. We just actually was eating this. So some of them are doing okay because we cut back the big ones and then some of these little ones here. Now, typically lettuce and spinach is a fall crop for those of us who are in like zones 8, 9, 10. But I tend to plant this early because number one, I cut it back so much, and two, my family eats it so much. So it just is in my best interest to just have a lettuce garden, a salad garden all year round. Some more onions and parsley. Again, just cut these back because we've been eating these vegetables. Tomato plant. Just recently pruned the tomato plant. You can see to prune a tomato plant, I know there's like a science to it, but basically I just prune the leaves that touch the ground because when they touch the ground, they can spread disease and bacteria up into the fruit. So it looks like it needs another pruning. So I'll just probably do that in the next couple days. Prune the tomato plant. They are starting to flower. The tomatoes are starting to flower. Okay, we'll come around. Cosmos plant. This is a pollinator. A little stunted. My pollinators are not budding like I would like, so got to work on that. This is another herb that I'm propagating. I think it's lavender that's in here. Yeah, we'll just wait. That's a slow germinator. These peppers were also pretty slow germinators, so I'm just gonna, it's just kind of a race to the top. See which two, I'll probably keep two here, and then two in the other gardening box, and which ones rise to the top. And those will be the pepper plants that we keep for the summer. And these are, again, just some ground cover that attracts pollinators. Whenever you grow peppers, you have to have a butterfly or pollinator garden because then they won't they won't come and pollinate your flowers and you won't get any fruit. So if you're growing any kind of tomatoes, cucumbers, any fruit in general, you really want to have some kind of butterfly or pollinator garden. These were some of the small plants that I had bought from the store. These are organic green peppers. You see we got one coming up. And these are organic banana peppers. We've already eaten a few of these. Banana peppers are thriving. They're doing actually well. They really love things like blood meal, Epsom salt. They love those good, they love, good rich soil. So they're doing well. Peppers are one of my favorite things to grow and one of my kids' favorite things to eat, especially my youngest daughter. Sweet peppers are one of her favorite snacks. This is my blackberry bush. You ladies may remember it was a small blackberry bush. I have to stake but you can see it's starting to flower. So I'm gonna have to prune that off because I don't want this to flower the first year, maybe even the first 2 years that I have it, because if it flowers then we won't get substantial roots, substantial stalks to support the blackberries going forward. So that's why I'm going to make sure I prune those flowers. Mexican tarragon, some other herbs I'm looking at propagating, and these are parsley. That is a raspberry bush. So far no flowering, but we do not want her to flower at all. This garden gets partial sun during part of the morning and then the parts of the afternoon. The hottest part of the day, it's under a little bit more shade. So this is the butterfly garden. Butterfly garden is looking well. Sorry for the noise. This is an urban area. So yeah, butterfly garden's doing well. So far no buds, no flowering. Starting to see a few. This is going to be a butterfly garden. It attracts monarchs and it lets them eat. So they stay out of your garden but still bring their pollinator benefits. These are the sunflowers. Sunflowers that came from seeds. These are my sunflowers, ladies. Doing excellent. They get partial sun as well. They're in 3/4 sun. 3/4 of the day they're in sun. Looking forward to seeing those grow. Of course, my mint. I have Mexican tarragon, sage, mint, dill. You'll see here. Chamomile and lemon balm. Those are the herbs that I'm growing. Lavender too. Parsley too. But dill, you can see dill is usually a fall crop, and you can see because it gets sunburnt. You can see those sunburnt areas on the dill. So I'll have to move this to some place where it gets a little bit less sun. And then also I cut it back a lot and throw it in salads. It's really tasty. If you throw dill, fresh dill in your salads, and also it's a really good seasoning for your vegetables. This is lemon balm. So I'll see you ladies in the next video.